question for you. Guy, what can I get?
Thank you. This young lady standing next to me is Gina Bagby. Some of the I didn't even know 3 weeks ago, but due to the internet and teapartyday.com, I saw her name and gave her a call, and we met at a Republican board meeting, and I am proud to say she is my friend, and we need to give her a round of applause, for without her this would not be possible. One other person I need to mention, Ray Harvey. Ray, come on up. Ray has been instrumental. He's been working with us just as much as I have in putting this together and support and getting the word out that about the Tea Parties and the what it means. So let's give Ray a hand. And I'm Tom Weatherly. I'm the one that's been on KCOL several times. And yeah, whatever, thank you so much for being here. It's just an incredible climax to a wonderful 3 weeks. One other footnote, then also need to mention another group called We Will Not Fall. We Will Not Fall. They have been also working hard at spreading the word and working together to try and get the government to understand that we're not going to put up with these high taxes and them intruding into our lives any more than they already have. So we need to give them a hand too. One other thing, someone around here is handing out these little cards, and I guess if you have a cell phone, you can text to a number that's on the card. This number evidently goes to the government somewhere in the federal government, and it's given to give them a count of the location and how many people are attending these tea parties. So if you want to do it, go right ahead. If not, I thought I'd mention it, and I did. I also now want to thank KCOL, Keith and Gail, for it's so nice to talk to. I've had the pleasure of talking to Gail at home. She's made me feel comfortable with a little bit I've talked on the radio, and the support that they give to the conservative movement is critical, and their reporting is also fair. They want to make sure both sides are heard, but when we hear these things, we know which side is right. So one other thing I wanted to mention. I want to thank the Coloradoans for their article in the paper yesterday, if anybody didn't have a chance to see it. So thank you, Colorado. But there's something in this that I don't understand. They did a little interview with Ray Harvey and then another one with Gina. But the last 2 paragraphs I thought were very interesting. It says here, a Gallup poll released Monday found 48% of Americans said the amount of federal income taxes they pay is about right. With 46% saying it's too high. Yes. This assessment is one of the most positive assessments on taxes the polling company has measured since 1956, according to Gallup. Now, everybody here that got a phone call from Gallup asking them about their taxes, would you raise your hand? Anybody? I don't see a single hand coming up. So I don't know where they took their polls, but it obviously wasn't from this group. And I would imagine it could have possibly been from a select area. I don't know. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. We do have several speakers here in a minute. I'm going to step down. First off, Keith and Gail with KCOL are going to talk to us. Then we're going to have Andrew Boucher about Boucher's strategies. He ran for city council. Unfortunately, he didn't win, but there's always another time, and we wish him the best. Carl Bruni, who was the Colorado and Wyoming State Coordinator for the Ron Paul presidential campaign. He's going to share a few words and thoughts with us. Then also Don Cochran, sorry about that. He's going to give a speech that Patrick Henry gave many years ago, so we're looking forward to that. And then also we have another gentleman that's roaming around here somewhere, Cleve Tidwell, Everybody should try and stop and say hi to him. He is going to be running for the U.S. Senate in 2010. I know he's got a lot of wonderful ideas. We sat down and had coffee with him over the weekend, and I liked his ideas and his general view of the government.
Is he from Yale? No.
I don't think so.
No.
One of the things that we talked about was a lot of the politicians we have in Washington today, and I think this is so true, a lot of them have been career politicians. That's all they've ever done. They got out of college, they went to work for a senator or something like that, and they got into politics, they ran for an office and got it and moved up the ladder. Very few of them that I know of, they correct me if I'm wrong, ever had to really work for a living like us. They don't know what it's like to work hard all day and then come home and have half of it taken away going to this, that, and the other thing. We need to put a stop to that. Two other comments I want to make before I turn the mic over to Keith and Gail. A couple of other things I do not understand. We all have lives. We all work for a living. Most of us work for a living. We all know that, we get tempted with credit cards and things like that from day to day, and sometimes we can get a little bit overdrawn. And we can find ourselves in hard positions. But the one thing I do know that's wrong, and I do not understand why the government thinks it's okay to take credit, to borrow money, to pay for money that they already owe. That doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand it.
No, sir!
One other thing I want to say before I step down, I hear all the time the people on the right, the conservative, however you want to call us, and it's really interesting. I'm hearing about this radical right, these mean, awful people that are trying to run this government down. But you know what? From up here, I'm just so proud to look at it. It's just ordinary citizens. There's no radicals. There's just a lot of people that have a lot of common sense. But I hear from other people, and they say, well, what's your plan? I don't hear any ideas from you at all. I don't hear what we should be doing. The common sense, and one thing that I don't understand, that they obviously don't understand, the way to stop it is to stop spending and to stop printing money that you don't have. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So my 2 minutes of fame up here are pretty well over. I'm going to ask Keith and Gail to come up and visit with y'all, and let's give them a round of applause because they have been truly a big help. Thank you. One thing I was thinking about while I was down here, I've got a lot of people coming up to me and visiting with me, and a lot of them are asking, where were you 6 months ago or a year or so ago? And I have to admit, I have made some bad mistakes in my political life. But it's time for all of us to stand up and make some noise, write letters. Now, I wrote a letter to Obama, but I never did get an answer. It's something along the lines of, I'm 50 years old, I've been through good times, I've been through bad times. I've made it through the bad times on my own, and I haven't done it without any government help. And that's something that we all should be proud of. And it's something we should all work hard for. Also seems to me that our people that came over here on the Mayflower many years ago, they came to get away from government involvement. The Constitution of the United States is there to protect us and to keep us people from printing our rights to have property. Money being one of those things. The government should be protecting our rights to keep property, which is money and other things. They shouldn't be so involved in taking it away from us. With that, I'll give Andrew